Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to episode 9 of my Let's Play Banished with Colonial Charter 1.7 series I started a couple weeks ago when the new Colonial Charter major patch dropped. Been away for a bit because of some dental issues, but I am back and ready to jump in and pick up where we left off in our village that was started from the survivors of a shipwreck, the village of Splendover. We are in somewhere around year 20, as I recall. And I've got a bit of an issue with one of my overlays here, so one moment while I try to sort this out. Go away. Let me just close this here. So we are in starting spring of year 20, and I just moved the overlay. Okay. Okay, so we are in spring of 21, and let's go ahead and unpause it. Of course, not much has changed. We've got our more nature-type industries off to the east and northeast, and our heavier industries down to the south. Now, we did run into a bit of a food issue last episode. I do remember that, and we've got, let's see, what do we have for food? 3 gatherers, 2 hunters, and a single fisherman right now, so 6. We have 3 laborers. I think I'm going to bump up the fishermen. We do have our first school graduates should be coming out of the education system here very shortly. Ricciardi, and Alice by the end of the episode. So we'll have a couple more adults here very shortly. How are we doing on fuel? Can we turn the fuel refinery off? We're down to 2 coats, so let's go ahead and turn our... Looks like we've already turned the Chandler off and the Taylor on. We've only got 1 leather in the system right now. We've got reeds, not many feathers either, so we're going to run out of coats here very shortly. Fortunately, it's not a big issue weather-wise here. How much fuel do we have? We have enough fuel there, so we can turn the small fuel refinery off. We have iron, so let's go ahead and turn the blacksmith on. Turn the forge off and the blacksmith on. Okay, we have a merchant. Now, if this is a food merchant, we might actually avail ourselves. It is at lumber and pewter. Nothing we need there. Go ahead and dismiss him. Food is down to 41. We really need to get a handle on this food here before we start running out. Tools, we've got plenty of, and we're making more. What we need these adults to grow up so that these students to grow up so we can add some more food providers here. Now we can add 1 more gatherer, 1 more hunter, and 2 more fishermen before those resources are tapped out. So we're okay as far as that. We don't need to add any more facilities. Of course, we still have our apiary here also producing food in the form of honey. Did we have our shoremen producing food as well? Yeah, turtles. I'm not sure that is... you know what? Let's turn the shore house off and add that to the fisher instead. Let's see, and I think that's it until we get our students graduated here. Our food is starting to climb up a little bit, maybe. We're still in the low range. see somebody taking stuff off to the barn and then out to the, what is the trader hauling? Bone meal. Yeah, okay. One thing we do have, if we run into an issue, we can take our coats, since we do have some hide coats over here. And take these down to 0 hide coats, and the trader will pull all of those back out of the merchant stall and make them available in the for the village as well. They were some of my early trade materials, but right now we need the coats more than anything. Feathers, no leather. We need the hunters to come up with some more input. Okay, we got some leather coming. Need to get some of those ducks. Now, let's see, you can get reeds, right? You can't get feathers. Collect reeds, yeah, so yeah. We could build a duck blind, I think it's called, and hunt those for the feathers. Hunting blind, and build those for the feathers. Let's go ahead and do that. And keep this on the lake shore. Build it over here somewhere. And they will collect ducks and feathers. And that will give us some extra material for some coats. So that will be useful in our next adult, and that's also another food source as well. So, yeah, extra food source will be useful. Ricciardi should be, it's already autumn, so Ricciardi should be turning into an adult, an educated adult here very shortly, before the winter. Let's see, we've got our glassworks turned off at the moment. How's our basic raw materials? Wood is good, stone is good. We're low on iron. Our tools are catching up still, so can't do anything there. Of course, once we run out of iron, then we've got to turn that over. We've got no iron in the blacksmith itself, so once those 4 iron are gone, we've got to turn that back on to iron production, it looks like. Be nice to have an extra blacksmith, but we can't afford it right now. We can turn somebody on as a builder so that duck blind gets built. And then when the new student graduates, then we'll have somebody immediately go work there. Reserve of iron is low. Yes, I know. Now, we do have plenty of firewood. That's good. We won't have to worry about that for a while. Our food's slowly climbing back up. We're up to a little over 500 now. And I'm keeping an eye on this blacksmith. As soon as the blacksmith stops working, I'll have to turn the forge back on. And we're getting the hunting blind built up. Food still hovering a little over 500, still slowly growing, so I think we're over the crisis there. And there we go. We have a new adult. Ricciardi has completed the education system, and our first new adult, first educated adult of the community is now in place. Alice is not too far behind, 15 years old. She will be the next graduate. I don't think we do have 2 other students. Odelia has just become a student. I guess, I don't know if I want to build another house or not now. Let's take a look at the age of our community here. I think our oldest people are still only in their 40s, so they're not in danger of dying off and leaving an open house anytime soon. So I am going to have another house here very shortly, but I want to make sure that food is fully taken care of first. go ahead and add a what is that? A hunter that works the hunting blind? Yep. So we'll add a third hunter to come work the hunting blind. Now let's hope they work the hunting blind and not the hunting lodge. Where's the hunting lodge? Hunting cabin has 3 hunters there. I don't want 3 there. Let's move you down there. Make that 2 of 2. That should force somebody to come over here and work. Yes, it does. Okay, so we can turn the hunting cabin back up to, oops, to 3. 2 of 3 and 1 of 3. That'll bring in some duck meat and feathers now, and we can use those feathers to make coats then. So that will solve another problem as well as increase our food output. Food's still creeping up. We're up to above 700 now. So we are back into a positive balance. Now here in the near future, I'm going to want to build a town hall so we can keep track of our various commodities. Let's go ahead. We have a builder. Let's go ahead and get this road. Let's see. We're going to want a road here to go right up along. I don't want to take it all the way up to that hill because we'll probably end up putting some mines in that hill. We also have our gravel path here, but we're going to build north into this valley, our main housing area there. So we'll go ahead and get those roads sorted out as winter of year 21 draws to a close. Okay, our blacksmith out of iron, so let's go and turn that over to iron. We have merchant again. 2 merchants in 1 year. How lucky. What do you have? Food. You know what? We're going to go ahead and get some food. Let's see. There's 250. There's 500. So we need 166 more. That would be 20. And 2. There we go. So that'll give us an extra 300 and some odd food, 333 food, just to tide us over until the rest of these facilities get up and running. Okay, we're out of iron, but we have plenty of tools. The forge is busy making iron out of the iron ore. We've got plenty of fuel for now, so we're good there. And we've got another student I see, Anthon, so we're back up to 4 students. Let's see, we got a 14-year-old, 13-year-old Adelia, a couple 10 and 11-year-olds. They will become students in a couple years. There's Anthon. Okay, let's go ahead and add another house. Now, I'm going to go here. Go straight to a town abode here. We'll build it up along this new road over here. And we'll have some light industry up here as well as some markets and whatnot. The good thing is we're still small, but this barn with all the food in it is still somewhat central, so they won't have to travel too far. Probably should put a crossroad in here as well. Still can't make bricks. Make nice brick roads and things like that, but we can't do that yet. Don't have to worry about any kind of tunneling anytime soon. I think we're going to have to actually start looking at some mines, however. Start looking at things like copper and tin. And making some mines there. So that's probably going to come about here in the next episode or so. Once we get the rest of our economies back online. Our food's still hovering around 500. not going up as much as I'd like, so I'm not going to build any more housing until we get that food sorted out. We can still add a gatherer and a couple, a gatherer, a fisher, and one hunter to fill out our existing food supplies. Spring coming to a close. We're back up to 750 food. Got some iron in stock again. We've got coats. Hey, we've got coats. How is our... Let's take a look and see how our hunting blind is doing here. We'll keep this open. So far has come up with nothing. Well, not a very not a very useful amount of food there. We should go ahead and take the laborers and grab some of this ground stone and iron. There's a bit over here. We will get that. Our wood. What's going on? There we go. And we're also going to go ahead and grab some more of the wood from inside the main part of the village here. Clear some of this area out for building as well. We've got feathers, reeds, we've got no leather, we've got some beeswax, so we can go ahead and make some more candles. How's our material storage? We're at 400, so yeah, we can make some more candles out of the beeswax that we have. How are you doing on collecting food? 6,400, almost 400 honey last year. Oh, we got a new child. So we are now up to, what is that, 38 people in our village from our start of 15. Haven't had any deaths yet. I probably should plan for that by building a cemetery somewhere. Where would the, let's see, we don't have a church yet. It's going to be here in the center, probably. Right over here would be a good spot for a church and a cemetery. I don't have the materials needed for a church yet. And there goes our food again. So I'm not going to build it quite yet. Let's see what our options are. We have a small chapel, which will satisfy up to 160 people, but I think we'll go with the Seafarer Shrine to start with. Small place of worship, houses 60 people. Presume that's one of the new ones. I don't have the website open right now, but I presume that's one of the new ones. I don't recognize the name. And then we'll build a cemetery over here as well. Okay, laborers are busy. Hey, we've got duck meat, but we didn't get any feathers out of it. Pretty sure we're supposed to be able to get feathers out of it. I'm wondering if I'm thinking of something else. Tidal pool. Oysters, mussels, crayfish, and seaweed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the duck blind, the hunting blind. Ducks and other water animals. Yeah, we'll just have to wait. We don't have any feathers yet. Okay, food back up to 300 as we get it to the end of summer. How is our new... hey, we got a new house. And Liline and Ricciardi have moved in there. The teacher and the trader. Makes sense. They're about the two closest the house closest to those two. How are we doing with trade goods here? We've got about 100, about 200, about 1,000, about 1,400 in trade goods. How much was that furniture worth? I put that there just so we could make furniture and sell them for about 22 a piece if we had extra wood. I still want to upgrade some houses too, but I think that'll have to wait until the next spring. Log, stone, iron. Okay, we've got iron again. Let's go ahead and turn the forge off and the blacksmith back on, since our tool supply is low. Now, we need to start looking at some better tools here. Let's look at what is available. So we're doing iron tools right now, which is, oh, that's all we can do until we upgrade the blacksmith to either a country smithy or a large smithy, which takes be building supplies. Okay, what do we need for building supplies? Let's take a look at that. Obviously, it won't be done this time around. To build a stable. Wild shepherd searches all the land looking for the animals to domesticate. Takes a long time. You eventually exhaust the local supply of animals available, at which time this building may be upgraded to a regular gather or be removed. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for refined resources, Cooper, joiner, potter. Okay, building supplier is what we need. We could build that right now. Let's go ahead and get it laid out. And it's a relatively light industry. We'll put it over here next to the other packer, since these two both take a packer to use, so we can use the tag team those. Alice has become an adult. Okay, so we've got another adult. We've got, it gives us what, 4 laborers now? 3 laborers, 4 laborers with the builder. We'll keep it at, I like trying to hold on to, at this stage of population, I like holding on to about 3 laborers so they can move food and stuff around as well. So we're up to 700 food again as we enter autumn. So our food seems to be stable, but not really growing a lot. Our next adult won't occur for another 2 years, I believe. 13-year-old, 14-year-old Adelia will be the next, and Macilio will be our next 2 adults, both females. Do we have an extra male adult now? We do, Alice. So once Adelia and who was it? Whoever it was, Macielo graduate, we'll be able to put another house down. Winter has arrived. We've got 160 duck meat out of our hunting blind. We've got 320 venison plus some onions out of our hunting cabin. Our food is back up to 800. It's a good thing I bought that extra 300 food, I guess. How's our lumber situation? We do need lumber for... We've only got 10 lumber. Let's go ahead and make some more lumber, because we're going to need some lumber. We got plenty of firewood. We've got almost 300 firewood right now. But we'll need some more lumber for the building supplier here. And don't know why I have that one open. Iron is back up to 16, and tools is down to 5. Gosh, we're going through tools quite rapidly here. I think here at the end of winter I'm going to switch it back from iron to tools so that I don't forget. Hey, we're back over 1,000 food for the first time in a couple of years. It's a good thing food doesn't spoil too. I could just see the older food going rotting or something like that. Got some candles here. We will start needing candles in a little bit, but not anytime real soon. Once we start building mines, we're going to want to keep some candles on hand. We've got plenty of stone. We only need 12. We need 60 lumber. That's going to be our shortfall for the building supplier. We have 20 now. Oh, all of a sudden we're down to 120 firewood as well. But we're almost through the winter, though. We got another merchant. Wow, that's 3 merchants in 2 years. Do we want some chickens? I'm going to say at this stage, no. I might order some sheep, though. Let's order some sheep. And maybe the next time a herd merchant comes through, we'll have some sheep for both meat and wool. And then we can get a proper tailor sorted out with that. Okay, late winter as the session is drawing to a close. We've somewhat stabilized. We're back up to 1,000 food on hand. We've only added a little bit. One more house. Our first students have graduated. We've got the hunting blind in, and we've started the Tier 2 the building supplier for some of the tier 2 industry buildings, such as the blacksmith, because we need to start making better tools. We are just eating the tool. Oh, we're back up to 11 tools. Okay. I was worried about tools, but we seem to have gotten some more tools in. We've got one piece of furniture here, 30 fuel, and I think before we end, I'm going to take this back to firewood as well. And we got more lumber done, and early spring is here. So that is it, the end of episode 9. We are into year 23. We've jumped from 15 to 38 people. Community's starting to buzz. Like I said, we got through that initial food crunch. We've got some expansion going to the north as we start building our main community up in that direction. Still have a long ways to go. But like I said, the initial emergency, the threat of starvation is over. So once again, thanks for joining, everybody. Episode 9 of Banished with Colonial Charter 1.7. Hope you are enjoying the series. Keep the comments coming. Definitely reading them and replying to them all. Thanks for the new follows, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this series. Have a great evening, and we will catch you next episode.